So a lot of you have been requesting for me to bring back Bible study with me videos, and I'm finally gonna. They're scary for me to do. I'm just a girl reading the Bible, and doing so online is vulnerable. Before we Bible study together, I wanted to show you two things that have totally changed my morning. I say my morning because that's when I Bible study. These two things are so amazing and I love them so much. The first is this printable. I made this and you can have it for free. It's in the description. It's in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Looks like this when it's blank. The reason I'm showing you this before we Bible study together is because we're gonna use this to Bible study together. So I'm gonna print a copy so you can see what it looks like if you download this. Here's what it looks like printed on a letter-sized piece of paper. By the way, there are going to be timestamps below if you want to skip ahead to the Bible study. Or if you want to skip to the very end, I bought some things on Black Friday and they're about to arrive and we can unbox that together. But this is what the printable is going to look like if you print it double-sided on a letter-sized piece of paper. I put a gray box around it so that you have a cutting guide. There's a wider margin on one of the sides to go into a hole punch. So just like that, easy peasy, can now go into my notebook. Super easily, I can make a custom Bible journal. At the top, we just have a place where you can write the passage you're reading for that day. There are two lines in case you read two different passages that are linked together or related. I have a place for the date. This box says basically, and basically it means you're gonna explain something. It's a summary, a quick summary of the chapter or the passage. Written to, there's so many authors in the Bible and they had a purpose when they wrote what they wrote. It's in the box to write down who the author was speaking to in case you need that. Then I have some lines right here. See these blank lines? These are just blank and there's no prompt at all. There's no text to tell you what to write on here. That's just because there's so many times where I'm studying and I just have random extra information I want to add and it doesn't fit nicely into a category. Down here, the biggest box is cross-references because the most important thing to me during Bible study is using the Bible to explain the Bible, using the Bible as a commentary. And then over here, translation comparisons, another favorite. If I just wrote translation comparisons and cross-references for each time of Bible study, I'd be pretty happy and pretty sad. And then important to know is just extra information that I wanted to write down about what I read. You could do life application stuff right here, anything. Nobody's gonna see it, nobody's gonna judge you. You know, you're not gonna get scored for this, so write whatever is important to you. So these are just some quick samples that I filled in today to show you kind of what it looks like and the types of things that I'm writing. And you could see a couple mistakes. Like I wrote, since I read these chapters all together, like at the same time, I wrote Mary's prayer here in chapter 1 when I was trying to record that it echoes Hannah's prayer that she says in chapter 2. So yeah, that's the printable. We're gonna do a Bible study together and then we're gonna open that package together. Right now, my favorite two Bibles are the Life Application Study Bible and the Every Woman's Study Bible. I'm gonna try to do the whole Bible study in the Life Application Study Bible today because it is free online and this one isn't. There are two resources that I use every time I Bible study. One is a study Bible. I have a lot and I like them all and I think they all do a pretty great job. The second is Bible Gateway, which is free. I use Study Bible for the extra information. I use Bible Gateway to compare translations. So every time I have Bible study, the first thing I do is I just read the chapter in one Bible. It's usually in the study Bible I'm using. So I read it in the NIV translation, and then I write a quick summary of what I read. So basically, 1 Samuel 3 is God calling Samuel, and he gives Samuel a message of judgment against Eli's family. And who I think it's written to is God's people as a record of their history. Then after I read that chapter, I went to Bible Gateway and read it in the NRSV Updated Edition, CSB, NASB 20, NLT, the Good News Translation, the New King James Version, the Amplified Bible, and the Net Bible. One of the big differences I noticed was verse 13 talking about what the sons of Eli were doing wrong. In several translations, it said that they were blaspheming God, that they blasphemed God. In a few other translations, it said they were cursing God. And then in the Good News translation, it said they spoke evil things against God. In the New King James Version, it said they made themselves vile. And in the Amplified Version, it said they were bringing a curse on themselves. So vastly different. So you're caught up on kind of what I've been looking at and doing so far. And we're going to do cross references together and the important things to know together, because this is where the study Bible comes in handy. If you want to look up cross references, the easiest way ever, get a study Bible, go on archive.org, find a study Bible, go down to the notes and look for verses. Let's go up here and read verse 10 together, since this is where we're finding a cross reference in the notes section. Verse 10 says, "The Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other times, 'Samuel, Samuel.' Then Samuel said, 'Speak, for your servant is listening.'" Down here in the notes, it said Samuel was young, but he was learning to listen to God. Many priests and even King Saul would not do so. The whole nation of Israel found it difficult. And that's where they reference Psalm 95. So let's go to Psalm 95. "Come, let us bow down and worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if only you would hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the wilderness." Today, if you would only hear his voice. So I'm going to say here something about hearing God's voice or listening to God, because that's what Samuel's doing as well. I like the idea of learning to listen to God. Like that's what the notes specify. Learn. So I'm going to write learn to listen to God, because that's kind of like a life application for me when I read back through these notes as well. And then we're going to go down, keep reading. Oh my gosh, they have almost no cross references in the notes in this chapter, so that was a bit of a fail. I'm gonna actually just grab this Bible really quick to see if there's more, just to show you. Okay, we're gonna go, let's try the ESV study Bible. This had even less than this life application study Bible. It lists all of the places where God calls people by their name twice. And that is definitely a cross-reference I want to have in my study notes. It's also a note I would write in the margins of my Bible. Or if I don't have margins, on a sticky note, just a reference of all of the times God calls people twice. Because he does it with Abraham, Jacob, Moses, and then Samuel, of course. Let me check really quick if you can get the ESV study Bible on archive as well. Couldn't find the ESV study Bible online for free. So I'll be right back. I'm going to check all my other study Bibles and see if this note in particular is in there. Okay, we're back. I looked through all my study Bibles. A CSB has really great cross references, and it has a note on the twofold name calling by the Lord and how he did that with Abraham, Moses, and Saul. But I could not find this for free on archive.org. So it's great if you have the study Bible. CSB study Bible is one of the best for cross references, but also the NIV study Bible has a note about the twofold name calling by the Lord. The NIV study Bible is available to check out on archive.org right now. So I'm going to switch to this to finish the cross referencing, just so that you can have access to what I'm looking at. I checked out this book from the archive.org to make sure it was the same, and it looks very similar. In both online and in my Bible, it actually says to see a note on Genesis 22:11, and when you get over to Genesis 22:11, that's where it talks about the note. That's where it talks about the Lord calling his people twice, or certain of his people twice. So right here, if we go down to Abraham, so it talks about how repeating the name shows us that it was urgent, and it has all of the verses where the Lord does that with his people. So we're going to write all of those in our notebook. I'm going to say calling by name twice shows urgency. Then I'm going to put all of the verses that the study Bible lists. Okay, let's go back to our notes and look if this Bible has a lot more options for cross references. So skipping down to here, I'm definitely gonna write this cross-reference about blaspheming God, considering that was a huge, well, the only theme that I was writing down in our translation comparison section. Oh, wow. Talks about how when somebody blasphemes God, take them outside the camp, and all those who heard him are to lay their hands on his head, and the entire assembly is to stone him. Say to the Israelites, anyone who curses their God will be held responsible. Anyone who blasphemes the name of the Lord is to be put to death. The entire assembly must stone them. Whether foreigner or native born, when they blaspheme the name, they are to be put to death. Exodus 20. Exodus 27. Exodus 27. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Okay. I actually want to write that down. I want to go look more into that and study more deeply in this section with all these cross-references, and probably go on a trail of cross-referencing right here. But I'm not going to do that with you because I'm running out of time actually. My children are at their dad's and he's going to bring them home soon. So I want to show you how to fill in the important to know section really easily. If you don't know what to write yourself, but you want to take notes, just let the notes in a study Bible, which you can get for free online, do all the work for you. A lot of times when you start a new chapter, they'll have this section that covers multiple verses and they just describe the chapter. You can literally record that, write that into a notebook, word for word if you want to. You can also paraphrase it, which is far better. When you paraphrase, you activate a part of your brain that helps you remember things better in the future. So paraphrasing is better. So let's just do that together. I'll show you how I would do it. The first 3 verses of this chapter play on the idea of waning natural and supernatural human vision. Okay, it's not really how I talk, so I'm gonna change it into simplified, casual, Ariana speak. Now I wanna move over to the Life Application Bible. I really like this note here on verse 8. It says, one would naturally expect an audible message from God to be given to the high priest Eli and not to the child Samuel. Eli was older and more experienced, and he held the proper position. But God's chain of command is based on faith and an openness to listen, which ties back to the cross-reference of listening up here. So I definitely want to bring that over here. Not age or position. In finding faithful followers, God may use something unexpected. Be prepared for the Lord to work at any place, any time, and through anyone he chooses. I love that. So how am I going to paraphrase it? The author lets us know in the first part of the chapter that there weren't many visions from the Lord at that time. I wish I hadn't written the author lets us know in the first part of the chapter. That was a waste of writing. I wish I had just started, there weren't many visions from the Lord at that time. And when God chooses to speak, it's to a young Samuel, not the expected Eli. Showing an openness to listen means more than age or position. And then off camera, I'm going to finish this in. I'm not sure what I'll put here yet. Probably something about God speaking to those who listen. I probably will bring that theme in, since that would apply to my life and to me. It's something about being open to listen to God's word. How can I be open to God's voice? Maybe just that. That's actually what I feel like I'm wondering right now. Okay, so that's my Bible study for the day. Very easy. All the resources that I was using are free. Let's open some packages. Here's the first. These aren't necessarily Bible study related. These are just the things I got from Black Friday. Oh yeah, so these, they are 3x4 pockets. That is Bible study related. I got a Kindle. I actually didn't buy this myself. It was a gift from somebody. They sent me money to buy a Kindle. They wanted me to pick out and get the Kindle that I wanted, and I got the Generation 12 raspberry color. It's on sale. I think it's still on sale actually. If I get this video up by tomorrow, you can get it for $124, I think. And then finally, an NRSV updated edition Bible. I've been wanting this translation. I've been reading it on Bible Gateway. I looked forever for a pink version and I couldn't find one. So I just got purple because purple is my other favorite color. Obviously, I really like purple. I'm kind of, hold on, I'm nervous about this. These look big. So I got these, hold on, let's keep going. This isn't a study Bible. It's not a journaling Bible. It is just a normal Bible. I'm planning on this being, thinking about replacing my compact Bible with this for when I'm not at home to read on the go. I've been wanting the NRSV. It's really small and light and beautiful. I did buy tabs for it as well, but they're not here yet. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm very surprised by this color. That is not what it looks like on mine. So this is the same brand as this. I'm obsessed with this notebook. Obsessed. Obviously we used it today. It comes with lined paper, so I was just using it as a regular notebook and loving it. Then of course I added my own printables to it, which is my plan for this notebook. I do really, really love purple, but I wanted a pink one, and this looked baby pink online, and it isn't. It's like almost beige. Like you could just tell the difference with my nails. Like that's baby pink. That looks straight up beige. Kind of debating returning it. The only thing is, it comes with all these tabs, which almost makes it free. Like it almost makes the notebook free or the tabs free. This is how many tabs come with this package. 60 of the large ones. Hold on, let me show you. I don't want to open that in case I return it. But these are what came with the purple notebook. 60 large tabs, 120 medium, 192 small. And if you don't know, if you haven't bought tabs, these are my favorite, by the way. They're good for making your own tabs. So if you bought a set like this on Amazon, it's about $7. And they come for free with the notebook, which means the notebook is $2 right now because it's on sale for $9. So $7 worth of tabs and then an extra $2 and you get a notebook. So maybe I will keep this just because I did want pink tabs. So why not, right? Why not? Let's open it up. Maybe it's prettier without the package. You know what, actually? Look at this. I'm eating my words right now because, are you seeing this? Wow, that is a perfect match. I freaked out for nothing. I'm a little embarrassed by that because this is a perfect match. Like, that's not what I wanted. I did want a baby pink. My NASB study Bible is a perfect match. Wow, that is gorgeous. That is so beautiful. A really happy surprise. And then these are perfect. What I got these for, to be my tabs for my planner. All these tabs for this notebook. This pretty notebook to go with this Bible. $8.99, and I got the notebook and these beautiful tabs, and I'm so excited. But you can see why I wanted a notebook that's this color but in this size, and you can see the difference. Like, I do really like this, don't get me wrong, I love this color of pink. I just wanted this color of pink. Oh, I know what this is. This is my sticker paper. This is Koala sticker paper. I love, love, love this brand. Such a good price. And I got glossy because I only have their matte sticker paper. The reason I got their matte sticker paper because it prints like a paper texture. And I use it for stickers for inside my planner. Do y'all remember me showing you this Daphne's Diary planner? I actually recorded me doing this, but accidentally deleted the footage. So the Daphne's Diary planner comes with some habit trackers over here that I hate. I love yearly and monthly habit trackers, but I don't like daily habit trackers. So I went through and printed boxes to match each week of this entire planner. It took me like 3 hours, but that's set up for an entire year. Anyway, I used matte sticker paper for that so I can write on it, because writing on glossy sticker paper I think would probably only be possible with like a Sharpie. And I don't want to use a Sharpie, so I got matte, but I wanted glossy because I want stickers that are pretty and shiny. Matte sticker paper looks like you just printed on a piece of printer paper. It's not very vivid and colorful and pretty. So that's what this is for. I'm the most excited about this Kindle. I also bought a Kindle case, but it doesn't come until the 15th. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Also came with 3 free months of Kindle Unlimited. I'm signed in, and I think this is included in my membership. 52 weeks through the Bible, a year-long Bible study for men and women. That's really fun. I'm very excited about that. I want to show you what I'm planning on doing with these, but make sure they fit. They look kind of big. I wanted them to be a snug fit. Did I cut this wrong? This was supposed to be 3 by 4, and it is big. Yeah, it's not 3 by 4. It's 4.5. It's like 3 1/4 by 4.5. Such a disappointment. So I don't know if I'm gonna return these, but my plan was, these are sticky backed, and I wanted to put one. So my plan is to stick these pockets to the inside cover of my Bibles. Oh, okay, they're very sticky. Okay. Well, that's on me. Dang. I really messed that up, didn't I? No, it just... Ugh. Okay. It's crooked. Wow, I really messed that up, and I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know how to fix it. Ah! Made it worse. Literally. So be really careful if you buy these. Look at my Bible. Wow. Good thing this is my test Bible. This is my test Bible. Oh my goodness. I'm really sad about this. Let's just cover it up with some stickers really fast and get some tape right here. There, good as new. Good as new. It's not good as new, but it's fine. It's gonna be just fine. If it truly comes off, you know me, I can just recover it. I mean, it's literally just paper glued to this cover. So don't buy this Bible. The cover itself is so plasticky too. It's not very good quality. But anyway, that's cute. So my plan was to have this, to use a sticky note so that I can change it up, write a verse that I like, and then slide it into here. So what I'll do, since this is the wrong size, they lied to me, just like sometimes Amazon just straight up lies to you. They said this was A5 and it's not. They said this is 3 by 4 and it's not by a 1/2 inch. So I'll just cut some new scrapbook paper that's larger. Like, I don't mind. I cut this myself, so I'll just cut larger pieces. There, it's like it never happened. feel like I need to redeem myself, so we're gonna do it again in this Bible, and I'm gonna be so careful. So careful this time. I'm gonna be the most careful anyone ever was. Get off me. There we go. Right, moment of truth. Cute. There, that's really nice. These are great, I like them. So 36 of these came in a package. Also wanted to do one in here. Ooh. This one's gonna be for stickers, not for quotes. So, these aren't the stickers that are gonna be in here, but I just wanted to show you. That's my plan for this. So cute. I wish all notebooks came with pockets. So, ta-da, and then I'm gonna put one here too, but in the back. Kind of think over here, not centered. And then I could put planning stickers in here. So 2 Bibles and 2 notebooks done, and I have 32 left. So I'm so excited about these. That's all. I'm gonna go. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun, and I'm so excited to Bible study tomorrow with my new printables, to set up more of my notebooks and Bibles with these, and cut some new scrapbook paper in bigger size. Look how much I cut, expecting that to be 3x4. I'm not sure if I still will just use these. Maybe I can like glue them together a little bit overlapped like that. Anyway, I hope you have a great day and a great Bible study, and I'll see you next time. Bye.